Okay, well, I decided it might be fun to document this build that I'm working on this winter. So this is hopefully going to be a rocket that I'm going to call the Loch Ness Monster. And here is the open rocket design for it. And as you can see, it's a very strange design. And but I just want to try something different. And basically what happened was the top part here, this is from a fiberglass Mad Cow Super DX3, which I've flown many times. And I had a Kato, and I've actually already rebuilt it before. And this time when there was a Kato, I thought I wasn't really in the mood to build exactly the same rocket again. So
clear. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's awesome. I don't know what happened, but that was cool.
That was cool. Sorry for your loss. So that looks like the forward closure let go. And right in the tree.
So I was thinking about the fact that a 4-inch diameter fiberglass rocket might look kind of interesting if I had it connected in the booster with a 6-inch diameter portion. There's no real reason to do this. It's not going to fly better. It's just something different for some variety in life. So, and part of the reason for this is just when I had my Mad Cow Super DX3 lying around the house, it was near a 6-inch rocket, and that made me think of what it'd be like possibly to have a 6 to 4-inch transition. I haven't been able to find a 6 to 4-inch transition fiberglass, transition piece. So instead, what I'm planning to do is actually have this motor mount go all the way down through the booster section. So it's a 4-inch, 98 millimeter motor mount from Wildman, and which is equivalent to a 98 millimeter airframe. So it matches up, as you can see, with the Mad Cow original airframe, and here's my av bay here and everything. That's all ready to go. That was not damaged at all. The av bay, the electronics, everything's fine in there, the parachute and all. So what I did is I got this 48-inch motor mount tube or airframe that is from Wildman, and it's going to go all the way through. The motor mount is going to go all the way through the booster, and then it's going to stick out about exactly 18 inches. So the booster that I ordered from Wildman is 30 inches long, 6-inch diameter, and so it's basically gonna be, so for strength and also just for something interesting to try, this motor mount tube is going to go all the way through there and then just become the top of the rocket as it sticks out. And I've got 4 fins that I ordered from Mac Performance Rocketry. Mike is super helpful. These are existing fins that he has that he could send me. So they are originally the fins from his other kit. This is my Super Black Fly 6-inch rocket from Mac. It's going. Which is a really cool rocket. It's flies really nicely. This one's head and deploy, 6-inch diameter. It's got 5 fins. It's got this cool tail cone and so on. looking at that, I realized that maybe I could use the same kind of fins, except I'm just going to use 4 fins just to make it different. I'm also going to flip these fins around so that the leading edge looks like this on this rocket, just for variety. I'm also planning to use this tail cone that Mike makes at Mac Performance Rocketry. It's 3D print. But what I'm planning to do is reverse that and have that go right here as an airfoil. So more about that later. Other parts I have this 98mm retainer that is the flange kind that's going to go on there. So it's going to be a very simple flat end there, and I've got these 5 centering rings. I haven't decided if I'm going to use 4 or 5, but I just want this to be really strong in here. Here's more of a view of what it's going to hopefully look like. So now I've put the motor mount tube / airframe inside the 6-inch diameter booster. So it's going to be in there like that. And then you can see you're going to have these 4 fins, which are the same fins as the Mac Super Black Fly that I have over here. I've just reversed them, and I only have 4 fins just for some change, make it a little different. Then this center ring will go up here along with 3 or 4 more inside there. And then, like I was saying, I'm going to have this airfoil. I'll put this tail cone's a plastic 3D printed tail cone. I'll put that on here in reverse so it's coming down like that. There's about 1 inch left, and that'll be a flat plate from Mac Performance Rocketry there. It'll be the standard centering ring. It's made out of canvas. This is, by the way, this is Mac Performance Rocketry canvas, super strong material. I got it because it's a little cheaper than fiberglass, and also it's lighter, and I don't want to have a lot of weight in my booster because, as you've probably already noticed, this rocket tends to have a lot of weight in the aft section because the front end is 4-inch. But actually, in terms of the center of gravity, I've already marked that with that green piece of tape. Center of gravity is not bad. I've already put everything in. Like I've put all these components on there, and then just lift it up to find the center of gravity. It looks like it's about there, which isn't bad because the center of pressure is around in here on an open rocket with most motors. So L motor, M motor, maybe a large K is what I have in mind here. And then one other question you might be wondering is how am I going to anchor this? Because since my motor mount tube is also my airframe, I can't, I can't attach U-bolts and stuff in here because then that would be actually outside the rocket. So instead, what I'm going to do is I've ordered a 98mm minimum diameter retainer from Aeropack via Mad Cow. It's they're shiny red, and it has a nice strong eye bolt on the top. And so that would go down inside this 98mm motor mount somewhere and be just frozen in there with epoxy, which is pretty good. But having an eye bolt, I'd rather have it be a U-bolt, which is more traditional for a pretty heavy rocket. This thing comes out to about, it's going to be 25 to 29 pounds with a L motor or an M motor. So I want to make sure we have a pretty strong anchor point. So what I might do is put that 98mm minimum diameter aluminum plug down in there, epoxied in real strong and everything with that eye bolt. But then also on top of it, so there's just a standard coupler. This slides inside of that motor mount because, again, this is just an airframe. I might slide this down on top of it, epoxy it in really good, and add, kind of Wildman style, where you have he's got that thin Kevlar ribbon you can put in there. I might put that down in there on top of the 98mm plug, or maybe a centering ring. Haven't decided yet. Something like that to kind of add a little bit of extra strength so it's not dependent just on that one eye bolt. And yeah, then I've got the Av bay here. It's all ready to go. These are the screws, switches. I've already got, all the gear inside. I might get a little bigger parachute I can just borrow the parachute from this super black fly, potentially. And so that is the basic plan. And as you may have noticed, it's kind of an odd shape, and there's going to be questions about stability. As far as I can tell from the design plans, it will be stable, but if it isn't, I'll just add a bunch of weight down here. Certainly wouldn't want to fly it if it wasn't safe. But at least initially, it looks like it will be stable. And then the biggest question will be, among others, but one of the big questions will be how to make it nice and strong inside here. So I'm planning to have, centering here, here, one somewhere in the middle, maybe another one up, and then one up here, maybe even a fifth one in there to make it really strong. And also, I may put in some steel rods, 2 or 3 steel rods through this, and then potentially all the way down in there, which would make it even stronger. So we'll see what happens as I try to put this together.